Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, March 16th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. You know you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Well, Damian Priest has let it be known that he almost signed with AEW before the WWE offered him a 7-figure deal. He revealed this on the Self-Made Sessions earlier last week, and said, like, yeah, he was going to go to AEW in 2024 when his contract was up, and WWE was like, nah, we kind of want you to stay, just so you can't go to AEW. The WWE has fired a AAA star. That would be the veteran luchador Nino Hamburguesa, after he got into it with a fan in a clip that quickly circulated online. Has led to criticism from both parties. AAA officials reviewed the situation. The WWE decided to let him go. ESPN has dropped the letter grades for the PLEs after the backlash from WrestlePalooza, which received a C. Remember, WrestlePalooza was the first PLE that aired on ESPN, and ESPN made a statement saying this was not requested by WWE, which is pretty much a lie. The WWE were upset that WrestlePalooza got a C. Well, WrestlePalooza was an ass show that only had one good match, and instead of making your pay-per-views, PLEs better, you decided to do away with the criticism. That just doesn't help. Just have better PLEs. AJ Francis has re-signed with TNA. His new contract is going up for about another year, so he signed up for the rest of the year, which is good. He's been a big get for them, as revitalized himself. Swerve has revealed his annual salary, and he makes it clear that he makes about $600K a year. That's in addition to everything else, so he's going up to about $3 million, and the money is guaranteed. AEW treats their people well. NXT Stand and Deliver, get this, folks, won't be airing on Peacock. It will be airing on YouTube for free. That is right, it is airing on YouTube, so check it out. That is, and Stand and Deliver is essentially NXT's WrestleMania. Like, people have, each company has their own version of WrestleMania. WWE has WrestleMania, NXT has Stand and Deliver, AEW has Double or Nothing, TNA has Bound for Glory, Ring of Honor has Supercard of Honor. So everybody has their big show. AAA has Triple Mania, New Japan has Wrestle Kingdom. So everybody has their version of WrestleMania that they build up to each and every year. MJF has called out AEW talent for not only jumping ship, but jumping ship for less money to possibly get a WrestleMania moment. Like, he's right. Yes, both companies have large rosters, but what do you really want to do? Not everyone's dream is to wrestle in the WWE. The WWE has promoted Kirsten Coding to head Raw writer and producer. There have been some changes, backstage in the creative shakeup of the WWE. They made this announcement publicly. She started in the WWE in 2023 as a writer's assistant, and now here she is leading the charge. Candice Michelle is back in wrestling. She is working backstage in TNA in a behind-the-scenes role. TNA showed the video of her with Carlos Cabrera. That's his name, Carlos Cabrera, and Carlos Silva, and Tommy Dreamer signing her contract. They say it's a backstage role. I think even though she had her retirement match a couple years ago, I think she's going to have at least one more match. Candice Michelle started out in the Diva Search, and she was one of the divas that ended up becoming good in the ring and shedding that role of just being pretty. She is also a former WWE Women's Champion. There was a very, very scary incident at OVW this past week. Referee Dallas Edwards, and a standard, ref bump spot, ended up having a seizure in the ring. It was not a good look for OVW, as the wrestlers kind of wrestled around him until they figured out what was going on, and he was pulled from the ring. OVW has issued a statement on Mr. Edwards that, he suffered a medical emergency. He's still in the hospital, but he's doing well. And that they take the well-being and health of their performers extremely seriously, and they are a company. As a company, they are distraught to see the injury of one of their own. Al Snow, who runs OVW, has been called out because a few years ago, right, he said that someone's going to die in an AEW ring. Those were his words. That was his tweet. And here we are with this major situation. He also came out and said that he's updating the safety protocols after Mr. Edwards' injury. He spoke directly to the fans, and he wants to know that this will not be the norm. It was an unforeseen incident, and they will do better. Just like Damian Priest, Nick Nemeth has also revealed that WWE paid him big money to block a move to AEW. He was actually going to sign with AEW in 2019, right when AEW was really getting started. That's when his last contract was up, and WWE was like, "No, we can't have this happen." So he re-signed with the WWE. A judge is allowing the defamation lawsuit against Janelle Grant's attorney to move forward. On Friday, Judge Sarah F. Russell denied a motion to dismiss a defamation case filed by Dr. Carlin Coker against Ann Callis, one of the attorneys representing Ms. Grant. The decision means the lawsuit will proceed to the next phase instead of being thrown out early. This Janelle Grant situation is not going anywhere. Well, it looks like WWE has changed their mind on the watch parties for WrestleMania in Vegas. Venues are starting to confirm the broadcast plans since the blackout has been lifted. There should have never been one in the first place. Currently, they have sold about 36,000 tickets for both nights. WrestleMania is about 2 months out, and they are still about 20% lower than they were at the same point last year. Mercedes Moné made a great point. She was on the Sackhoff show, and she didn't hold back a while discussing the pay gaps when it comes to women's wrestling, the opportunities afforded to women in the industry. Essentially, men are the one holding women back. And I quote, "I'm in pro wrestling, and it's shown weekly on television. It's shown weekly with our merch sales. It's shown weekly with the fans coming out and holding up their signs, knowing that they came through and bought a ticket to see the women. It's proven that we do it just like the guys, so why not pay equally? Why not get paid the same? Why not be given the same amount of TV time just like them? So that's why I'm here to do it. That's what I'm going to here to prove." She's right. Now, I think everyone should have a base salary, and then your everything else fluctuates on how you're pushed, how you're doing, but she is right. Mistico has been announced as being all elite. He is on a dual contract with AEW and CMLL, so he joins Mascara, Dorada, and Persephone and Hechicero. For those of you that don't know, this Mistico is the former Sin Cara, and he is right now the biggest star in all of Mexican professional wrestling. If you guys don't know, Ronda Rousey debuted officially for Ring of Honor about a couple years ago, but she made her AEW debut this past Sunday at Revolution. And backstage, what's the reaction? Well, they brought her in to elicit a reaction. The reaction on social media is definitely mixed. Some like it, some don't because of Ronda's past. This is essentially just to hype up her MMA fight against Gina Carano. I also expect there to be at least one tag match. I'm thinking Ronda and Marina versus Mina and Tony, and it does sound like Ronda Rousey is a part of the Death Riders. On the injury side of things, Chelsea Green has given us a hopeful update on Piper Niven. She said they miss her. She's doing great. She's resting with her husband, and she's just ready, waiting to come back. She's not going to be healed physically, but emotionally, mentally, she is there. Will Ospreay made his return back from injury at Revolution this past Sunday. He went straight for Jon Moxley. Dominic Mysterio got busted open at AAA Rey de Reyes, right in the top of his head. Got to get a couple staples there. Alexander Hammerstone is believed to have suffered a knee injury during his MLW match. We don't know the extent of the injury, so we will wait to find out. And Luchasaurus kind of made his return this Sunday, driving the Jurassic Express for the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal. But that is the news. We shall be right back with the week in review. All right, you know how we do with the week in review. We start off with Monday Night Raw. And look, Punk never changes. This show gets a fist. We start off with just a weird thing. Adam Pearce is in the ring, calls out Seth, and then a group of masked men surround the ring to like hide Seth, and then the Vision get involved and they disappear. Like it was just dumb. LA Knight ran out to attack Paul in Theory. Usos helped. Fine. It was weird. Jackie Redmond is interviewing the Usos, and they say they don't care about Seth, but promise that Logan Paul's Theory would got our first match of the evening was a gauntlet match. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Raw only had 3 matches. This is the second time in I think like a month and a half where the show's only had 3 matches. This one, the first match, was a gauntlet match. The winner will become the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. We started off with Io and Lyra. This was the longest match of said gauntlet. They went a good 10-15 minutes. Io defeated Lyra. Then Raquel dominated Io, but interference from Liv Morgan backfired, allowing Io to get the win over Raquel. Raquel then attacked Io, allowing Ivy now to immediately get the pin, and then she took on Bayley, who rallied to hit the belly to belly. Shockingly, the belly to belly won. Then Asuka entered last, but Lyra returned to neutralize Kairi Sane. Bayley survived the Asuka lock and won with the Rose Plan, and she's the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Maxine Dupree backstage attacked Natalya on the stage, and Danhausen tried to touch the original Grande Americano's mask and ended up cursing him. So then we got 2 Penta celebrating his Aussie title win, and we ended up getting El Grande Americano versus Penta, and of course Penta won. That match only went 10 minutes. We got a video package about Stephanie Fakir. She's going to be targeting Liv and criticizing her in the ring. Finn Balor has been excommunicated from the Judgment Day. The biggest shocker was JD joining in on the beat down. Crazy. Adam Pearce praised Javon Evans, predicted a big future. And Kofi tried recruiting Javon, telling him he needed the right allies to reach the championship level. Bayley celebrated her gauntlet victory, and Lyra her vow to pursue the IC title. Rusev defeated Obafemi in about 3 minutes. There you go. We had a total of, in a 2.5 hour show, we had a total of 3 minutes, 10 minutes, that's 13, plus 37, 50 minutes. We've had less than an hour of wrestling on a 2.5 hour wrestling show. That happened. And lastly, the Usos confronted Punk in the ring, and they wanted him to apologize for bringing Sika's name into whatever's going on with him and Roman. They don't care about Roman. They don't care. That's your beef. But when you bring our family into it and you're supposed to be the voice of the voiceless, that's what we have a problem with. Jay was on one. He was ready to kill this nigga, and Jimmy was nice and calm and cool, and Punk apologized. He apologized for Roman not apologizing to them and this, that, and third, and he got hit, and I'm expecting the Usos to beat him down tonight on Raw. I am all for it. Over on Dynamite, this was the Revolution Go Home show. This show, ladies and gentlemen, gets a fist. This was a just tremendous show. Our first contest was Moxley and Claudio taking on Hechicero and Konosuke Takeshita. This is to get us ready for the Continental Championship match at the pay-per-view. Really, really good match. Claudio and Hechicero worked really, really well against each other. I would love to see them in a true one-on-one match. I think we might have actually already had that match. I don't know. I'm not sure. Takeshita got in, him and Mox. This was just a really good, solid match. Ultimately, the Death Riders won. After the match, Lance Archer, Mark Davis attacked, putting down Mox, putting down Claudio, putting down Marina Shafir. Mark Davis handed Takeshita a chair, but he refused to use it, and Don Callis confronted his group as tension grew within the faction. Takeshita ended up staring down Mox and letting him know about the pay-per-view this Sunday. Renee Paquette interviewed Willow and Persephone about their match. Look, they both respect each other. They both also have defeated Mercedes Moné for the respective singles titles that they got now, and they're going to leave it all in the ring. Don Callis motivated Kyle Fletcher before his TNT title defense, and MJF approached Fletcher about, punish Speedball, put him down, and Fletcher rejected that and insinuated that he would handle business on his own and asked Don what the hell was that about. Then we already got our match of the year candidate. This is the second time that Fletcher and Speedball just put on a 5-star match on TV for free. This was an excellent match for the TNT Championship. It came down to the wire, to the very last minute, back and forth kicks and near pinfalls and aerial assaults. Okada distracted Bailey, ultimately allowing Fletcher to rake the eyes and use the TNT title on Speedball and hit the Brainbuster to win, because Lord knows he was about to lose that match. It was a fantastic match. Brody King had a standby match. It's always Brody King in the standby matches. He took that dude out in about 10 seconds. Swerve attacked him after the match, but Brody got the upper hand, snapping the chain before he made he had a suplex and a cannonball, forcing Swerve to retreat. Like Bailey admitted, Fletcher needed to cheat to beat him, and they're not done. He said the Don Callis family would get what they deserved at Revolution. Hint, hint. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They did. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin took on Gabe Kidd and David Finlay, with the Dogs getting the W in a solid affair. Dave Finlay wasn't going to lose his first match in AEW. They continued attacking after the match until Roderick Strong appeared, and it made it look like he was going to join the Dogs, but turned on them and helped Darby and Orange Cassidy. Will and Nightingale put the TBS title on the line against Persephone in a solid match, man. This was great. They both have power. They both have the speed that they need. Ultimately, Willow got the win with a black slide for the sudden victory. He's winning a couple matches like that, especially when it's against opponents who can match her in strength. It was a good match. After the match, backstage, Willow celebrated Hardy and proposed teaming up, and she would do double duty at the pay-per-view, putting the TBS title on the line against Lena Cross and putting the tag titles on the line. Our main event was the Young Bucks the Young Bucks and Mark Briscoe taking on Tommaso Ciampa and FTR. This was a good match to not only get us ready for the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal, but the tag team title match. Ultimately, Ciampa and FTR won after some cheating from the bad guy side. Ciampa attacked Briscoe with a chair after the bell and just continuously was putting that man down. Then we got something new from AEW. They were doing a press conference right before Hangman and MJF, which was mediated by Bryan Danielson. It fell a little flat. Of course, it was going to end up in fisticuffs, and they ended up fighting to the ring. Security tried to break them up until Hangman hit MJF with a dead eye and almost used a barbed wire board on him before MJF escaped. I like that they were trying something new to end the show. It didn't work, but doesn't mean you don't do it again. Just work out the kinks. Over on Impact, the show gets a fist. Moose is coming for the system, ladies and gentlemen. The first match of the evening was Jeff and Matt Hardy versus Sinner and Saint, and of course the Hardys got the W. Sinner and Saint aren't really doing much right now in TNA, but the Hardys got the W and showed them respect after the match, even though Jeff Hardy hit one of them with the swan sign after the match. It didn't make any sense. The Elegance Brands were backstage and they were angry at Gia Miller, and she warned them and warned ODB Mickey James to stay out of their business, and announced that Mr. Elegance will be making his in-ring debut next week. Goldilocks appeared. If you don't know who that is, she was the first TNA backstage interviewer, and she defended G and threatened to bring a couple allies to this fight. The Righteous later spoke with the Hardys and warned that the system would be coming for them. The Nemans interrupted them, saying they would challenge the Hardys next. Remember, the Hardys are the current TNA tag team champions, men's tag team champions, that is. Indy Hartwell took on Kelsey Heather and got the W real quick. She declared that she is coming for the Knockouts Championship, called out Ariana Grace, who said, "You will not get a shot at this title. Get to the back of the line." Trey Miguel, BDE, and Rich Swann took on Mustafa Ali, Jason Hutchins, John Schuyler of Order 4. This was a good, solid match. I like that Order 4 has their hands at all of these different pots, but ultimately Trey, BDE, and Rich Swann got the W. Backstage, officials warned Santana and Macklin and not to attack each other, or they'll face consequences. Ariana Grace later attacked Indy Hartwell, and Santana threw her and Stacks out, and the Angel Warriors checked on Indy. We're in the ring with Macklin and Santana. Santana like, look, you got what you wanted. And Macklin saying, you know, he had manipulated Santana, and he's gonna make the fans soon meet Mr. Mayhem. I guess that's the new thing for Steve Macklin. Elijah took on AJ Francis. AJ Francis got the W after hitting the down payment. Cass interfered while the referee was distracted, which allowed AJ Francis to hit the move. The hometown man made the save after the match. Eric Young called Leon Slater a fraud and challenged him to a match at Sacrifice. Rosemary struck a deal with Johnny Swinger, and the bunny appeared, and she's going to be working on, Rosemary that is, getting the bunny back from the undead realm. Ricky Sosa made his TNA debut, taking on Brad Attitude. He got the W real quick. And in the main event, Moose took on Cedric Alexander in an Atlanta street fight. Moose got the W. Surprisingly, not a lot of members of the system interfered, but Moose got the W after he speared Cedric Alexander through a table. On SmackDown, Randy's listened to the voices, and this show gets a fist. I wanted to give a thumbs down because this wasn't overtly a great show. Drew entered the crowd like he does, demanded his title loss be corrected, and Nick Aldis was like, bro, you lost clean after attacking the referee. What do you want me to do? Drew accused Aldis of protecting Cody Rhodes. Jacob Fatu interrupted and revealed that he was responsible for Drew losing the title. And, well, Drew quit. Drew quit and left. We know that's not going to hold up. Solo told the MFTs that their mission wasn't finished and prepared for a tag match against the Wyatt. Shinsuke confronted Tama, who was guarding the lantern, and he told him, I want the real Tama. Tonga tricked Williams later, angered Jacob Fatu, leading to Aldis to book them in the match for later in the evening. Solo and Tyler Tonga took on Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan. Howdy and Rowan got the W, but still could not get the lantern back. Nikki Cross grabbed it, but we'll see what happens. Damian Priest and R-Truth discussed their tag title match that will be coming up. They were challenged by Los Garza. Julia and Kiana James vowed to prove that Tiffy time is over. Cody later questioned Aldis about Drew before Sammy's and congratulated him, which led to a tense exchange about respect and championship ambitions on Sammy's part, and I'm waiting for the Sammy heel turn. I think Randy's going to win at WrestleMania. I don't think Randy's going to have a long title reign. Jade took on Mi Chin. Mi Chin hit both of her moves. She hit the sliced bread, she hit the eat the feet, but Jade got the win with the Jaded. After the match, Jade called out Rhea and told her, like, oh, look, everybody in the back has got something to say, but when they see me coming, they quiet. So why should I be scared of Rhea? Rhea appeared and challenged Jade to take a shot at her, and Jade just smiled and left. Rhea checked on Mi Chin after the match backstage. Charlotte and Alexa made their way to the ring for their tag team title match while the Bellas were sitting ringside. This led to Nia and Lash putting the titles on the line against Charlotte and Alexa. And everything was going good about a week ago. Solid match until, well, the Bellas got involved and made their presence known. All right, I'm hoping we get like a multi-woman ladder match for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Randy, Priest, and Truth shared a friendly moment with the Jelly Roll. Charlotte and Alexa argued with the Bellas, who announced they were next in line for a title shot. I don't think that's how that works. Priest and Truth ended up defeating Los Garza in a fine match. Whatever. We might be heading towards a Motor City Machine Gun split, and they'll have to face Fraxio next week. Dan Houser confronted the Miz backstage and attempted to replace Miz TV with his own show, leading to Miz claiming that he cursed him. All right, we had Miz TV with Jelly Roll. Miz tried to take credit for Jelly Roll changing his life, and Jelly was like, nah, whatever. Kit Wilson interrupted and insulted Jelly Roll for being toxic. Jelly accidentally punched the Miz. So, tag match at WrestleMania. I'm assuming Kit and Miz versus Jelly Roll and Danhausen at WrestleMania, because Royce Keys ain't doing a damn thing. Mello confronted Dragunov backstage and mocked his emotional intensity. Tiffany later warned Julia that she would see her soon, which led to Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton. Of course, Tiffany won with the prettiest moonsault ever. This happened because James accidentally struck Julia during the scramble of where things were going on. Chelsea Green was ringside with Alba Fire. Of course, when Chelsea's there, shit's just going to happen. Trick promised to defeat Jacob Fatu, and Sammy confronted him and warned Trick about running his mouth, which, of course, led him to Jacob versus Trick. And, well, Trick won after interference from Drew McIntyre. It took 2 trick shots to put down Jacob Fatu, but there it is. Drew into the ring and dropped Jacob with a Claymore. So there's your WrestleMania match there. We were up last with the contract signing between Randy and Cody. Cody tried to keep it respectfully, talked about their long history and their friendship. And Randy was like, I need this. And he said, yo, Drew was supposed to be here, not you. This isn't personal. And he beat the holy hell out of Cody. Dropped him. No RKOs, no nothing. Just beat him down, bloodied him, sat in the chair with the championship. That's just how it is. He said it. Drew was supposed to be here. This is not easy for me. Over on Collision, this was the Revolution Go Home show. The show gets a fist. Our opening contest was El Clone versus Kevin Knight. Very, very solid match. I would love to see these two go at it again just a little more. Kevin Knight ultimately got the win. El Clone did everything in his power to counter out of a bunch of things, but Kevin Knight's currently that dude. Backstage, Willow and Hardy addressed the Lean Cross Make a Bane situation, and Willow promised to face Cross on 0 Hour, put the titles on the line, and Harley hyped their chances knowing that the odds are against them. Commander took on Mark Davis in another solid match featuring luchadors. Mark Davis got the W here with the POW driver. Kurt Connors, David Finlay, mocked Roderick Strong and promised blood for blood. Such a British promo. There are most people backstage talking about the Blackjack Battle Royal. It was Rocky Romero, Roosh, Scorpio Sky, many others. Bowen said he tended to win the title before Hook and Shibata appeared behind him. But you know, Bowen's is trying to be in the ops. Where the fuck is Max Caster? Someone help me out with that one. Ciampa closed the segment by declaring that he will be winning the championship. The Triangle Madness took on Tadavik, Viva Van, and Charisma. Of course, they got the W. Looking more for Viva Van. Thekla got the pin. After the match, Thekla called out Chris and mocked her for a void. So Stat said, look, here's the belt, whip me. And Thekla kept whipping Stat, and Stat would not go down. Stat said she vowed to do whatever it takes to get that title back. Marina delivered a warning to Toni Storm, accusing her of invading our territory and promising violence. Then we have the Demand taking on the Bang Bang Gang, Austin, Ace, and Juice. Solid match. I'm looking for much more between all of these teams, but the Demand got the W. Bishop Khan scoring the pinfall after Ricochet hit the Spirit Gun. After the match, the Man were attacking the Bang Bang Gang and just held them down. Ricochet promised to claim not only retain his championship, but saying that the company is trying to sabotage his title reign. We did transition to Jack Perry, reflecting on his return. He said he will win the championship. He can't nudge that. She actually did. Toni Storm delivered her usual shtick, which was great, and she warned Marina that she still controls the whip and promised her final act would end with someone lying in the sawdust. Lena Cross took on Mina Shirakawa. I think this was Lena's first one-on-one match in AEW, and I'm glad it was against Mina, who can help move her along. Lena's got it, man. She's going to be big. She ended up defeating Mina Shirakawa with the Jack Hammer. Our main event, an excellent match. Mascara Dorada versus Andrade El Idolo. Go watch this match, ladies and gentlemen. It was just luchador wrestling at its finest. I don't know what to say. Mascara Dorada, I think, is going to be the one to replace Mistico. He's that good. Andrade ultimately got the win with the message. He celebrated with the rest of the family until Bandido appeared on stage. Trent and Rocky Romero ended up attacking him. Brody King made the save until Swerve attacked Brody, put him down, and Andrade retreated after Bandido took out Trent and Rocky. This was a good, solid way for the Go Home show to finish. Our matches of the week, ladies and gentlemen, nothing, ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, nothing from WWE at all. From Dynamite, the Death Riders versus Don Callis family. This would be Mox and Claudio versus Takeshita and Hechicero. Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey for the TNT Championship. The Dogs, Kid and David Finlay versus Darby, Allin and Orange Cassidy. And the main event match from Dynamite, FTR and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Young Bucks and Mark Briscoe. From Collision, Andrade, Idolo versus Mascara or Dorada. And from Revolution, just a bunch of matches, ladies and gentlemen. FTR versus the Young Bucks for the tag titles. Moxley and Takeshita for the Continental Championship. Andrade versus Bandido. And of course, the last chance Texas Death Match between MJF and Adam Page for the AEW Men's World Championship. Nothing from the women, which sucks. There's a couple matches that were good, but nothing that reached that top level, which hurts me. Our stars of the week are Jack Perry for becoming your new national champion. The Divine Dominion, Megan Bay and Alina Crossford becoming your new AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Mystico and JetSpeed for becoming your new Trios Champions, and MJF for just holding it down in that Texas Death Match. So it was a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up. You can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I see you when I see you. Peace.